Right, like, subscribe, comment, all that good stuff. Help promote, rank up my channel. I saw Eternal Sunday. I'm here to do a spoiler-free review. It's a little past due, but I just got off work, and working this job takes a lot out of me physically. But let's go ahead and do a real fast spoiler review for the Eternals. And for a quick bit of context, I'm not heavily familiar with the Eternals like some people out there. Some people out there will also claim to be familiar with every single comic book character. It's just a Google search away. I don't claim to be one of them, and when it comes to Marvel, I'm not somebody who's a diehard, who's got blinders on, who thinks every film's untouchable, every film's great. I may be experiencing Marvel burnout, though. I am not sure if that's what's going on here, but I haven't been impressed with their last few movies. Black Widow, Shang-Chi, which Shang-Chi is really highly rated. This one is actually considered rotten on Rotten Tomatoes for the first time in a long time, a Marvel movie. And everybody's pulling out all the stops, all the defenses. It's because they hate LGBT. That's why people are being so hard on it. Or it's because it has a female director. It's not like general audiences don't really give a damn. They don't know the sex of the person behind the camera. And it's not like the director just splices in cuts like flashes of a vagina between the action. That doesn't happen, so people aren't being hard on this because a woman directed it. Eternals is like a grand sweeping epic that spans the ages with an ensemble cast of what you could consider all-star actors. You got Angelina Jolie, Selma Hayek, but the problem with this film is it spreads itself so thin. There's so many characters. Some of them aren't introduced until very late in the movie, like properly in the present. And this movie does so much jumping back and forth. The structure, the pacing is so tedious. It is slow paced. The runtime just goes on forever. The Eternals literally feels like it goes on for eternity. I mean, if you like it, more power to you. But God, I could not stop looking at my cell phone like, Jesus Christ, when's this gonna be over? When's it gonna be over? Because it has the potential to be something really great and all that, but it's just a bunch of generic action sequences, big CGI fest, none of the characters, because there's so many characters, you never really feel like there's a main character or that anybody's really fleshed out. There are some surprises in there, but they're underwhelming. There are some twists and turns, but it's all underwhelming. And the prolonged jumps back to the past where you spend like 15-20 minutes a pop, it feels like this film has 6 acts instead of 3. I just couldn't get into it, couldn't enjoy it. In the film's defense, though, I will say that this film, to me, isn't any more or less enjoyable and entertaining than like Shang-Chi, which critics gave 90-something percent or some nonsense. I don't think it's as good. Well, I'm not going to say it because I didn't think Shang-Chi was good either. I don't think Eternals was great. I don't think Shang-Chi was great. I find these movies to be very yawn, middle of the road, mediocre, average at best. And Black Widow too. Just lately, I don't know if it's because Marvel's pumping out too much content or if I'm experiencing some kind of burnout with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. I've found most of their Disney Plus shows to be very underwhelming, or to have a very underwhelming or predictable outcome. I didn't really enjoy. I haven't really been wowed by anything they're doing. I did get really into WandaVision, but it did go a very predictable MCU direction. This film does showcase new characters, but there's no real reason to care about them considering the context of the story and all that. This film is really rich with mythology and lore and all that, but it's just too much. This would have been better as some kind of Disney Plus series rather than a full blown 2 hour and 30 something minute movie. It just took an eternity for it to end, and I was so relieved to get out of there. Honestly, I was so relieved for the film to be over. Now, maybe you'll enjoy it. Maybe you've seen it and you did enjoy it, and you think it's great, you think it's awesome, you think characters really pop with charisma. Personally, I didn't really find anybody to be someone that you could get attached to, and certain things happen to certain characters before you really get to know them, and it's just not very impactful. I found this to be poorly paced, very long-winded, so much, it just so heavy-handed on the lore, the mythology, and all that, and just structure-wise, just bad. Just bad all around. I'd give this movie a 5 out of 10. I'd say that it's not awful, but it's not great, and it's just like, more MCU stuff, more Marvel stuff. Not impressed. Kind of burned out on it. Let me know your thoughts and opinions. Did you really enjoy this movie? Have you seen it? Are you even going to bother to see it? It's very bizarre. This is the Marvel film they picked to beat up. It's really bizarre. Frankly, I mean, I don't care. I didn't enjoy the film. I wish I could get my money back. I wish I could get my time back. For God's sakes, it felt like I was watching this movie forever. But anyways, like, subscribe, comment. Let me know your thoughts, opinions. Stay awesome. Rock on.